You probably think Nissan's story started in the 1950s. You're wrong. They started in 1914 with a secret luxury car, a name change to avoid a financial curse, and a spy mission to Detroit just to copy a real American engine. From the Datsun, the poor man's BMW that humiliated Porsche, to the secret reason a Lamborghini wears a Nissan part. This is the story of a brand that almost went bankrupt right before creating Godzilla. This is every Nissan ever made. The secret foundations, DAT Car, the ghost of the empire. Before Nissan was a household name, it was a high-stakes hobby for three men, Den, Aoyama, and Takeuchi. Their initials created the DAT, a massive hand-built luxury machine with a 10-horsepower engine. Only a handful were ever made, making it one of the rarest automotive artifacts in history. It wasn't built for the masses, it was built to prove that Japan could out-engineer the West. Datsun Type 11, the superstitious cheat code. When Nissan decided to build a smaller car, they called it the Datsun, son of Dat. The problem? In Japanese, son means to lose money. To avoid a financial curse, they swapped the O for a U, branding it Datsun after the sun on the Japanese flag. It was built to exploit a 1930s legal loophole. It had a tiny 495 cubic centimeters engine because at the time, you didn't need a driver's license to operate anything under 500 cubic centimeters. It was the world's first legal way to drive without a permit. Datsun Type 14, and the rabbit of the revolution. This was the first car to roll off a real assembly line in Japan. While the world was looking at Detroit, the Type 14 was nicknamed the Leaping Rabbit because the word datto also means fleeing rabbit in Japanese. It featured a sleek chrome rabbit hood ornament to symbolize its speed. It was so similar to the British Austin 7 that it sparked international rumors of industrial cloning. But it was actually the car that proved Japan could mass-produce quality at a fraction of the cost. Nissan Model 70, the American Trojan horse. To build its first real luxury sedan, Nissan didn't innovate. They bought a whole American company. Founder Yoshisuke Aikawa purchased the blueprints, tools, and assembly lines from Detroit's Graham Page and shipped them to Japan. The result was a 3.7-liter inline-six powerhouse that looked exactly like a classic American gangster car. It was an American car built by Japanese hands, serving as a high-speed blueprint for every Nissan engine that followed. Tama Electric car, the silent ancestor. Decades before Tesla, Nissan was solving an energy crisis. After World War II, gasoline was rationed, but electricity was plentiful. Our engineers from a former fighter jet company, later part of Nissan, built the Tama, a fully electric car with a 40-mile range and a top speed of 22 miles per hour. Its most eye-catching feature: the batteries weren't hidden. They were inside removable wooden crates on rollers, allowing for a battery swap in minutes. It was the great-grandfather of the Nissan Leaf, built out of post-war necessity. Datsun 110 sedan, the Mainichi masterpiece. This was the car that finally convinced the world that Japan was ready for the global stage. Ditching the wooden frames of the past, the 110 featured an all-steel body and a rugged 860 cubic centimeter engine that refused to die. It won the prestigious Mainichi Design Award, proving that Japanese cars could be beautiful, not just functional. Its massive success in Japan gave the company the confidence to take their biggest risk yet, shipping a boatload of cars to California in 1958. The underdog invasion. Were Datsun 1000 L210, the corporate shield, launching for just $1,616. Nissan was so terrified of an American failure that they refused to use the Nissan name, hiding behind the Datsun brand as a disposable shield. It arrived with a tiny 1.0-liter engine making just 37 horsepower, so weak it struggled to climb San Francisco's hills. To prove it wasn't a toy, Nissan entered it into a 10,000-mile rally around Australia. It won its class, proving Japanese cars were miniature tanks built to survive the world's harshest terrain. Datsun Fairlady 1200 Roadster, the Broadway mistake. Its name was born after Nissan's chairman saw the musical My Fair Lady in NYC and became obsessed with the elegance. While the name was far too soft for American men in the 60s, the car was a mechanical underdog, a 59 horsepower engine in a featherweight body that could outcorner British MGs. Only 288 units were ever sold in the US, and with the 1,200 engine, making it a phantom collector's item that most people will never see in person. Datsun 320 pickup, the Pocket Titan. Selling for around $1,600, this 1.2-litre workhorse taught America that a truck didn't need to be a massive gas guzzler. It featured independent torsion bar suspension, a sophisticated tech that allowed it to work like a tractor while driving like a sedan. It was so unkillable that it became the foundation for the Southern California mini-truck culture. It proved that a tiny Japanese motor could haul 1,000 pounds across a desert without breaking a sweat. Nissan Patrol 60 Series, the cowboy's secret. The only vehicle officially sold as a Nissan in the 60s, priced at $2,600 to fight the Jeep CJ5. To prove its toughness, Nissan hired Western legend Roy Rogers as its spokesman. Its 4.0-litre straight-six was designed to climb trees and was the first vehicle ever to cross Australia's Simpson Desert. And it was so rugged and military-grade that its doors were designed to be completely removable, making it a forbidden fruit 4x4 for modern off-road collectors. Datsun 411, the Italian sleeper. Nissan secretly hired Pininfarina, the Ferrari designers, to sculpt its lines, giving it a unique dropping rear silhouette. The high-performance SSS version was a true wolf in sheep's clothing, packing the twin-carb engine and front disc brakes from the Fairlady Roadster. And it was a sports sedan before the term even existed, allowing suburban dads to drive an Italian-designed machine for the price of a basic commuter. Datsun 510, the giant killer. Known as the poor man's BMW, it launched for just $1,996. It featured independent rear suspension and a 96-horsepower overhead cam engine, tech usually found only in luxury European exotics. It didn't just sell well, it humiliated Porsche and Alfa Romeo in the Trans Am racing series. It is the car that officially forced Detroit and Europe to look in the rearview mirror. Japan wasn't just competing anymore, they were dominating. The golden age of Z and survival. Datsun 240Z, the rule breaker. Launching for just $3,526, it looked like a $10,000 Jaguar, but ran with the reliability of a sewing machine. Its 2.4-litre straight-six, 151 horsepower, made it the fastest-selling sports car in history. Bizarre fact, the Z name was a last-minute rescue. The US manager, Mr. K, I hated the Japanese name Fairlady so much that he physically ripped the badges off the cars with a screwdriver before showing them to American dealers. Datsun 620 Little Hustler, the lifestyle king. This truck changed America's relationship with pickups. It was the first compact truck to offer a king cab, giving owners a place to put groceries instead of just a cold metal bench. Its bullet-side styling was so unique that customizers in the 70s turned them into mini show trucks with shag carpet and mural paint, creating a cult following that still exists today. Datsun B210, the gas crisis hero. Its tiny 1.4-litre engine only made 70 horsepower, but it achieved a legendary 50 miles per gallon on the highway. Arriving exactly during the 1973 oil embargo, it became more valuable than gold. Now the detail. To make a boring economy car cool, Nissan released the Honeybee edition with literal bee decals, a move that made it the ultimate high school car of the 70s. Datsun 280ZX, the disco cruiser. Launching for $7,999, it traded raw racing for high-tech luxury, offering up to 180 horsepower in the turbo version. It featured a voice warning system, a robotic female voice that would literally tell the driver, "Your lights are on." In 1980, this made you feel like you were piloting a spaceship, especially with the iconic T-top roof open. Nissan Maxima, the four-door sports car. Priced around $10,000, it used a 120 horsepower 2.4-litre inline-six shared with the Z car. The quirky fact, the 1985 model G910 featured a digital keypad on the door handle, long before it was a modern feature, allowing owners to leave their keys inside while they went surfing. It was a family sedan with the soul of a racer. Nissan Sentra, the budget legend. At $4,949, it was the car that officially retired the Datsun name in the US. Its 1.5-litre engine produced a modest 75 horsepower, but it was so aerodynamically efficient it set records for low drag. The secret: it became the standard American first car because it was almost impossible to break, even with zero maintenance. Nissan 300ZX Z31, the digital frontier. It killed the straight six for Nissan's first mass-produced V6, pumping out 160 horsepower, 200 horsepower for the turbo. It featured body sonic seats that vibrated the bass of your music directly into your spine. To celebrate Nissan's 50th anniversary, they released an edition with a silver and black paint job and a literal gold key. Nissan Pathfinder WD21, 1985 to 1995, the rugged rebel. Launching for $12,000, it brought a 143 to 153 horsepower V6 to the SUV world. It featured iconic triangular porthole windows and a stadium seating layout where the back seats were higher than the front. And it was a hard-body truck with a roof designed to let families go off-roading without looking like they were in a boring minivan. High-tech and the near collapse. Nissan 300ZX Z32. The supercomputer masterpiece. Launching at $27,300, it was the first car designed entirely by a supercomputer. Its 3.0-litre twin-turbo V6 pumped out a monstrous 300 horsepower, but its super high-class four-wheel steering was the real magic. Its headlights were so aerodynamically perfect that Lamborghini actually bought them to use on their million-dollar Diablo. It's a Nissan with the eyes of an Italian supercar. Nissan 240SX 13/S14, the accidental drift king, marketed as a sensible 140 to 155 horsepower commuter for secretaries. They accidentally created a legend. Its near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution made it the ultimate drifting platform. Finding a clean one in the US today is nearly impossible. Though most were crashed or modified in underground drift meets, turning this boring car into a six-figure collector's icon. Nissan Altima, the corporate savior. This car single-handedly paid Nissan's bills while they were bleeding money. It offered a solid 150 horsepower and was the first mid-size sedan that didn't feel like a plastic toy. In the US, it developed a bizarre reputation for being the fastest car on the highway, not because of its engine, but because of its owner's infamously aggressive driving style. Nissan Xterra, the no-frills rebel. Starting at $17,599, it was a hard-body truck frame built for people who hated luxury SUVs. It packed a 170 to 261 horsepower V6 and featured a signature hump on the roof for a factory-integrated first aid kit. The design quirk: it had a stadium seating layout so rear passengers could see the trail over the driver's head. It was the only SUV in America that looked better covered in mud than clean in a driveway. Nissan 350Z, the Resurrection. Priced at $26,269, this car literally saved Nissan from total bankruptcy. It featured the legendary 287 to 306 horsepower VQ35 engine, widely considered one of the best-sounding V6s in history. To make the car ultra-stiff for racing, engineers put a massive structural bar right through the trunk. You couldn't fit a standard suitcase in the back, but you could out-corner a Porsche. Nissan Murano, the art on wheels. It was a radical crossover that prioritized sculpture over boxiness. It was so forward-thinking that it shared its chassis with the 350Z sports car, giving it sedan-like handling. The bizarre variant. In 2011, Nissan released the Cross Cabriolet, the world's first and only all-wheel drive crossover convertible. It was so strange it became a cult, love-it-or-hate-it icon of the 2010s. The Godzilla and digital future. Nissan GT-R R35, the supercar slayer. Launching at $69,850, so it arrived in the US and immediately started embarrassing Ferraris that cost triple the price. Its 480 to 600 horsepower twin-turbo V6 was hand-built by Takumi masters in a medical-grade clean room. Its tires were filled with nitrogen because regular air was too unstable for the speeds this beast could reach. It earned the nickname Godzilla because it didn't just win races, It devoured the competition's reputation. Nissan Leaf, the silent pioneer. Priced at $32,780. How it beat Tesla to the mass market by 2 years. Its electric motor produced 107 to 214 horsepower, but its design was the real conversation starter. See, those bulging bug-eye headlights weren't for style. They were aerodynamically engineered to deflect wind away from the side mirrors to eliminate wind noise. Since the car was so quiet, you could hear a pin drop inside. It proved the future didn't need a gas tank to be a daily driver. Nissan Juke, the ugly genius. This was a polarizing love-it-or-hate-it experiment. It featured 6 lights on its face and an interior inspired by an Italian sport bike's fuel tank. Nissan actually built a limited Juke R version using the engine and AWD system from the GTR, creating a 545 horsepower monster that could outrun a Lamborghini. It single-handedly created the entire subcompact crossover segment in America. Nissan Rogue, the suburban MVP. Starting at $19,250, this became Nissan's bestseller by being the smartest car in the driveway. It offered a 170 to 201 horsepower engine and was the first in its class to offer a 360-degree around-view monitor, tech usually reserved for luxury flagships. It is the financial heartbeat of the company, selling millions of units to fund Nissan's crazier projects like the GTR and the new Z. Nissan Zeed, the love letter. It is a twin-turbo, 400-horsepower tribute to the original 240Z. It's a purely analog soul in a digital world, while still offering a 6-speed manual transmission when almost everyone else has quit. The nerd detail. The triple-gauge pod on the dashboard is angled exactly at the same degree as the gauges in the 1972 40Z. It's a car built by puristas, for puristas. Nissan Ariya, 2022 to present. The Zen Lounge. Starting at $43,190. And this is Nissan's electric reset. It produces up to 389 horsepower and features an interior with 0 physical buttons, just haptic feedback controls integrated directly into the wood grain of the dashboard. The hidden feature. The entire center console is motorized and can slide back and forth to create an open-floor lounge feel, bridging the gap between a car and a high-end Tokyo apartment. From the high-stakes ambition of the DAT Car, 1914 to 1916, to the high-tech Ariya, 2022 to present, Nissan's story is about surviving and outsmarting the competition. From saving gas to building Godzilla, Nissan remains the heartbeat of Japanese car culture. If you like this journey, hit subscribe and let's explore more legendary machines together.